Alrighty. I don't know how I managed to keep tangling all my... I have two cords, literally two cords. Headphone cord and microphone cord. And somehow every time I stream, there's just a huge mess on the floor below me. I guess I do have a Bluetooth headset thing hooked up for my IEMs that I could just use. But... Nah. Okay. Let's get going to part 2 here, shall we? Crimson Diamond, part 2, 1 hour, 18 minutes in. 1 death so far, officially. There is deaths in this game. And according to the achievements in the Steam page here, which you can't quite see because it's cut off, but there is... Actually, you can't see. It's in the center left, bottom center left. There appears to be 7 total ways to die in this game, which tells me a few things, just from reading the achievement description. 1, there are deaths in the game. 2, there are at least 7 deaths in the game. There might be more that just don't have achievements tied to them, I don't know. And 3, most importantly, because the game seems to auto-save before and after any sort of death thing in the game, that leads me to believe that the likelihood of there being a dead man walking situation is probably 0 or close to 0. Like, there might be a bug that gets you to something like that, but it means that I don't have to worry about laying down a bunch of manual saves like you would in a older Sierra game, let's say, where you could make a critical mistake 5 minutes into the game and you won't know that you made that mistake until 3 hours later, you know? So I don't have to play anywhere near as safe with this one is what I'm thinking for that. So let's get into it here. So we're playing as... I forgot the name of the main character. Whoops. Oh, we're playing as what's-her-face. She is a... Let's actually go back to the main menu here. She is a mineralogist. Amateur mineralogist for now. Sent to the town of Crimson on assignment because a diamond was discovered in the guts of a fish in the town, and the university would love to know why. So they sent you here, and then there's the people in the town don't want anybody else around, so they've kind of turned us away, except they're letting us stay the night in a inn in this small remote town. There is a woman, Kimi, who is also on the train out with us that we met, and she was also kind of turned away. She's there to look at birds, I think. And then there was a dude from the Royal Mineralogist Association who is there, and I think they're letting him stick around. They figured her. I know, right? The fish could be growing diamonds. I don't know. But essentially where we're at right now is we're in our first night in the hotel, and there is an in-game notebook in the game that tells you, like, okay, here at the top of the page, I guess, is just what your current objectives are. Kimi, Margot. Oh yeah, we also talked to Margot. Albert is the bald guy who is the caretaker. Nessa, Corvus, Nathan, Evan, Jack. So most of those people I haven't talked to. Maybe Albert's the bald guy? I can't remember. We've essentially talked to 4 people last time in the upstairs portion of the inn here. So this notebook thing exists in the game. I'm going to try to minimize my use of it, because from what I've seen, it's like it almost feels like a hint system that more aggressively pushes you towards what you need to do than what I would like, to be honest. Like I'm comparing this to like Shenmue 1 and 2's notebook system, where it was a little bit more vague about what you needed to do. And this, so far at least, this spells it out like pretty clearly what the game wants you to do in order to advance the plot, which is fine, but I am making the choice as the player to not reference this as much as I can, and play this like an old Sierra game. Okay. So in the right side of this is the second floor of the hotel. And I went through pretty much all of the rooms there. I don't think there's anything that I was locked out from exploring. The one death occurred in the bathroom in the lower left of the second floor. So now we're in the first floor, near the entrance to the place. So I think I'll go check out the mudroom and parlor first. The fact that the mudroom exists still is pretty good. This game doesn't have music, at least so far for a lot of it. There was a bunch in the intro. And yeah, I don't know. It's progressively, yeah. Yeah, like, there was, back in the day, there was a thing called the UHS, Universal Hint System, that was kind of like an online thing for a lot of games that had like, it was formed in, here's the question, like, I'm stuck next in this room with a broom and a bucket. What do I do? And then there were 3 things below it that were blanked out, and you had to click on it to get like, okay, here's a really vague hint, and then the second one is a less vague hint, and then the third one just spells it out, like use bucket on door or something. So that's kind of the way that I prefer these things be approached. Okay, so I hear voices near this doorway. I wonder what they're talking about. Okay, so this is the parlor off to the left. Listen. We've only just arrived, but I can't wait to leave. I've always hated this place. We'll get this whole affair straightened out and be gone in no time. So I don't recognize either of these two characters. Of course, locating the will would expedite our departure. Alright, so there's a will involved here. So this is getting very Laura Bow already. I told you I don't even know if there is a will here. It does complicate things, yes. Well, you do your job and I'll do mine. Game has auto-saved. Okay. Interesting. So it usually auto-saves after something important happened, or if you're about to die. So I don't know, if I go in here, will they just murder me? Well, not yet. Alright. The parlor is fussily decorated with elaborate wallpaper and a cushy carpet. A cut crystal bowl of Jordan almonds sits on a low table. There's a fancy pair of armchairs and a camelback sofa. A small bronze sculpture stands on an ornate cupboard. A door in the west wall leads outside the lodge, and a door to the east connects to the main floor hallway. You see a stern older woman with gray streaking her brown hair. You see a tall, natty man with brown hair and a striped vest. Okay, alright, hold on. So, last time we established that a mudroom is totally a thing, especially in Canada, and that's the room where you enter the house from to, like, put your muddy overboots or shoes or whatever in there. So I still find it weird that there's an entrance through the mudroom, there's an entrance through the front door, and then there's also an entrance through the parlor. That seems crazy, but okay. There being so many entrances and exits to this place. And also in the upper left of this, the study has an entrance out, the kitchen does, the dining room, and the billiards room all appear to have ways in and out of the first floor of this place. Like, That's a lot of ways in and out of a building. I don't know if all the places are like that, but That's kind of wild. Talk to woman. Good evening. My name's Nancy Maple. It's nice to meet you. I'm Nissa Krabby, Evan's older sister. What on earth are you doing here? Are you another one of Evan's gold-digging girlfriends? Not at all, but I am a diamond-digging mineralogist. At least I hope to be. The government has sent a professional to handle that. Stay out of his way. All right. Ask about professional. Ask about Evan. Have you met him yet? He's my aimless younger brother. If he won't take advantage of his windfall, someone else will. Evan is a boring man with no imagination or ambition. I can't believe we're related. Be a little rude to start asking about topics before talking to folks first. Talking to characters as the game progresses can be helpful too. I don't know where that prompt came from, but okay. Talk to man. Hello, how do you do? My name's Nancy Maple. Hello, Miss Maple. My name is Corvus Shaw. I'm Mrs. Nessa Krabby's, nay Richard's lawyer. She's Evan's older sister. Okay, so this guy's not related. He gestures to the woman seated on the sofa. I'm here to advise her on the legal implications of this situation. Alright, hold on. Just in case this goes sideways. Alright, I'm gonna ask about Will. This might be a huge mistake. This might get me murdered right here, but let's see. I'm the elder child. By rights, this place should belong to me. I'll find our father's will no matter how hard Evan tries to keep getting my way. But that's none of your business. Mrs. Krabby hired me to help her deal with the legal implications of the situation. We will determine who truly inherits this land, will or no. Okay. Alright, so I've clued them in that I heard about their conversation through the door. Look at statue. Bronze figure is a dancing woman lifting her skirts. She stands on a gray marble base. Can we take it? The bronze figure would make an incredibly conspicuous and oddly shaped lump in your pocket, and it looks very heavy. Alright. Can we get an almond? Never knowing when a confection that could double as small caliber ammunition might come in handy. You take a handful. Alright. Mine now. We sit. Alright. Can we sit over here next to Krabby? We can. Ask about personal life. Oh. Ask about lawyer. Corvus is my lawyer. I hired him to protect my legal interests. To make sure I get my share of the diamonds. This place is a little unsophisticated, but I'm making do. Alright. So those are the wait, those are almonds? That looks like candy. Handful of Jordan almonds, colorful, unpalatable, and harder than most rocks you've studied. Okay, so when she said it was ammunition, I think she meant it literally, probably. Alright. The surface of the Jordan almond is disconcertingly smooth and unblemished. Can nothing scratch its indomitable shell? Huh. Well then, okay. So that it was important that I looked at that through the loop, I guess. It feels so. I'm pretty sure at some point I'm gonna have to dust for fingerprints. And that's probably what this tin of powder with the brush is. Though my other thought is I might have to put the soot in that in the powder container. Hey, Shaded. Yeah, that's I actually have those all the time from Target. Target sells dark chocolate covered almonds, but it doesn't have a hard candy shell around them. It's just coated in in dark chocolate, and they're really good. I don't buy them that often because I will regain all of the weight that I've lost if I keep getting those, but they are very good. Okay, so I won't go out the back door for now. We'll leave that shut. So this should be the mud room. There better be mud in here. I'm going to be disappointed. There's 0 mud in here. What the hell? All right. A door to the west leads to the main floor hallway, and a door to the east leads outside. Did I miss a text box here? The mudroom has a tiled floor, making it easier to clean. There's a low basin for washing off boots. There's a wooden storage area with lockers, drawers, baskets, and cubbies for boots. All right, so it looks like there's some free boots in here. Yeah, like peanut M&Ms, let's say. Those are good, but anything with a more like harder nut in them, I think just chocolate coating is more than enough. All right, anything behind this door? Doesn't look like it. Oh, that's true. They do make almond M&Ms. All right, so what's behind this door? Walk closer to... Okay, open cabinet. What? All right, close this door. Open door. You're literally in front of the door I want you to open. All right. Open closet. Okay, it's a closet. Sorry. A locker. Looking locker. There's an old red shirt hanging on the hook from the left locker. Look at red shirt. All the clothing here could use a good wash. Get red shirt. We just take it. It's way too big to fit you. Well, that... Alright. Open locker. What we got in here? Look in locker. Contains more old clothes. Okay. Look at boots. Which boots would you like to look at? The women's boots or the men's boots? Look at men's boots. Men's boots are size 12 and have rubber soles and rounded toe boxes. They are very worn and made of faded brown leather. I wonder if these are Mr. Richards' boots. Eh? Women's boots are quite petite with a small heel. They are made of black leather with rubber soles and appear well used and maintained. Okay, sure. The basin is low and has a brass spout and faucet. There's a rubber hose attached to the spout, which you presume helps with boot washing. Oh, I also forgot. In this game makes a distinction between the look command and the examine command. So if I examine women's boots, you can just make out tiny letter M's in the women's boots just above the number 5.5. Well, that says 5.5, not 5.5. But okay. Tiny letter M's. That confirms these boots belong to Margot, and that she wears size 5.5 boots. Alright. This is probably important information. Examine men's boots. Take a closer look at the men's boots in the right-hand cubby. Thanks to your loop, you can clearly see the initials ER written on the inside of the boots in small letters above the number 12. These boots belong to Mr. Richards. Rubber soles, too. They also appear at the men's boots in the left cubby. There's another pair of boots here that are marked with a J and also size 12. Those must be Jack's boots. They have leather soles. Interesting. This could be handy information to know later. So, rubber soles versus leather soles. That are both the same size, so this is probably going to be used for deducing footprints, I guess. Like maybe there's going to be footprints in the mud outside. The problem is though, like I'm trying to think, just by looking at footprints in mud, how would you be able to determine the difference between prints made with rubber soles and prints made with leather soles? Like maybe one of the two tracks more mud or something onto a hard surface. Like I don't immediately see how you would deduce anything from that, but I don't know. Like it would probably be more of a sound thing of like you could probably hear rubber boots squeaking on the ground or something. I don't know. Okay, so over here is the powder room. Do people this? Yeah. Well, not only that, like if we go down there later and one of the sets of boots is missing, then we know it's either going to be Jack or Richardson, I think. If that ever becomes important, which it probably will, I don't know. All right, powder room. So we got another fancy toilet here. Well-appointed powder room. There's a small storage cupboard and a green bar of soap sits on the pedestal sink. An oval mirror and a fancy brass frame hangs on the wall. A door in the east wall leads back to the main floor hallway. All right. So I'm not sure about these enormous tall windows here, literally next to the toilet. I don't know. If I were designing a bathroom, I probably wouldn't put that there. But all right, let's see if we can steal the soap. How would you leave everyone else to wash their hands? Leave the soap alone. All right, can we examine the soap at least? That would not benefit. Okay, fine. Look in trash. Isn't anything in the waste paper basket? Exactly. Look in cabinet. Open door. Open cabinet. Okay. At least flush the toilet. Look in toilet. Open toilet lid. Alright, fine. Flush toilet. Alright. Get toilet paper. Bathroom tissue is in the best place for it to be currently. I can't take a little bit of it, just for the road, just in case you need it. Look in mirror. It's you all right. I'm not sure what this is in the upper right of the room, if that's just the wallpaper tearing downwards. Purple and blue oval rug is in front of the pedestal sink. It coordinates well with the curtain. Always gotta look under the rug. You don't see anything noteworthy. I still have to play Undertale. I have not beaten Undertale yet. It is on the to-do list. Okay. So left is the closet. And then to the right is the bar, which also connects to the dining room, which also connects to the kitchen. So I think I want to do the left rooms first and then hit up the kitchen, dining room, and bar. Yeah, I have played enough of it to know that line. It's like the beginning of the game, so. All right. What we got here? This is a rather large closet. You see some tools, a basket full of old rolled up rugs, a gigantic wardrobe, and a worn cupboard. A sled, shovel, and a mop lean against the wall. A door in the east wall leads back to the main floor hallway. All right. This looks like a whole bunch of stuff for me to take. Closet. You open it. What we got here? So we got a broom, a barrel, some firewood maybe. Wardrobe contains a stack of old, cracked flower pots, a broom, and an empty keg. All right. Get the broom. That's Jack's job. All right. Get flower pots. Can't think of a good reason to take the dirty, dusty flower pots. Look in keg. Open keg. All right. Well. So we got a shovel, a mop, a chair. We get a wrench. Yeah, I would. You can't use wrench in this game. Well, there's clearly wrenches right there, but all right. Looking cabinet. Nothing in the cupboard. All right. Well, this is a whole lot of nothing in here, and this is the spittoon probably. The bucket is empty. Salmon bucket. All right. Well, nothing but L's in this room, I guess. All right. So this is the billiards room. Yeah, billiards room. Yep, that's a billiards room. All right. A billiard table dominates the center of the room. There's a cue stand against one wall and a card table nestled in the corner. A door in the western wall leads outside, and a door to the east leads to the main floor hallway. Okay. I don't see a reason to take any of these billiard balls, but it's not going to stop me from trying. There's no one here to play billiards with currently. Okay. Yet. Cue. Alright. Maybe there is a billiards minigame later. There's nothing on the card table. I don't want to go outside for now. Okay, well. Come across a bunch of boring rooms. I hear voices near this doorway. I wonder what they're talking about. Alright, listen. So, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about it? We aren't going to do anything. I'm going to stay out of everyone's way and wait for all this to blow over. What if they find... Shh, listen, if you want to talk, we'll do it privately later. Meet me in the study after dinner. Alright. So that was... out in the conservatory, I guess? Alright. The conservatory is a stunning showpiece of a room. Surely the expense and trouble to bring this many panes of glass this far north must have been enormous. There's a doorway in the south wall that leads back into the main floor hallway. You see a husky older man wearing beaten-up denim overalls. You see a tall, broad man with long, dark hair and a fringed jacket. A balding man with salt and pepper hair is here. He seems pretty grumpy. Large man in fringed jacket is trying to relax in an armchair. Talk to large man. Hello, my name is Nancy Maple. How do you do? Hello, Miss Maple. I'm well, thank you. My name is Nathan Cardinal, a family friend of Evan's. How do you know him? Oh, I don't actually know Mr. Richards at all. The Royal Canadian Museum sent me here on assignment. I am to survey the land and find out if there's diamonds here. A discovery like that would surely make a splash if the museum opens to the public. You're wasting your time, I'm sorry to say. My family's lived in this area for many, many years and have never found diamonds here. Small red garnets are still plentiful, but of little value. Alright. Let's ask about garnets. I did talk to him, but okay, alright, we'll talk to this guy. Hello, my name is Nancy Maple, and I'm a mineralogist on assignment from the Royal Canadian Museum. I'm Evan Richards. Look, you and your friend can stay the night, but tomorrow morning Jack will put you on a train back to the city. But my boss sent me up here on behalf of the Royal Canadian Museum. I'm a mineralogist. I got too much on my plate as it is with my sister and that lawyer of hers, and one mineralogist is already one too many. Hello, Mr. Cardinal. Hello, Miss Maple. I hope you're feeling well. Alright. Ask about garnets. Pa came here for the garnets, but unlike most, he stayed back even when the mines closed. It's a hard mineral, comes in a bunch of different colors, mostly deep red here, sometimes colorless. Colorless garnets could easily be mistaken for diamonds, but any expert would be able to tell the difference. Garnets may be hard, but they aren't as hard as diamonds. That's right, garnets can come in rainbow colors. I read that the garnets in crimson are pyrope garnets, which are deep red. Loco dark garnets are the colorless ones. Saurite is green, hessonite is orange. This is all going to be on a quiz later. Garnet is a hard mineral. You'll see lots of pebble-sized examples along the riverbed. Settlers mined garnets in this area for use in industrial abrasives. That is, until the mines became unprofitable. So I think all that garnet talk, that's probably what the almonds are for, is for fake garnets, maybe? Ask about Will. Will? Who's Will? Mine or the one Nessa must be hot for? Our pa's Will? Ha, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but Pa never had a will, never bothered. But I do, and if she ever tries anything, she's in for a shock. My father told me that Richard Sr. promised this land would be returned to my family, but wasn't clear on when. I happen to know that Richard Sr. didn't have a will, but Evan does. I've said too much already. It's a complicated matter. Alright. Just... They didn't have to answer any of these questions, but... Alright. This seems like oversharing to random mineralogists, but okay. They told me. What we got in here? Don't mind me, I'm just going through your stuff. Alright. Close drawer. Look in trash. Dig through trash. Not a suitable place to obtain a river sample. Try a safe, muddy riverbank instead. I typed in dig through trash. Alright. Okay. That's probably all I need to know from those two. Alright. So this is the study, I think? Yeah, study. This is Evan Richards' well-appointed study. Next to the ornately carved fireplace, there's a fine tapestry depicting a forest scene. There's a display cabinet beside the fireplace. A fancy desk with brass fittings sits on a plush carpet. You surmise that this room was once used by Evan's father, as it doesn't seem to be his taste. A door to the west leads outside, and a door to the east leads to the main floor hallway. So there's a tapestry over here. Though the tapestry is a little faded with age, there's still rich colors woven into it. The detail is exquisite. Examine tapestry. Alright. How do we know it's exquisite then without examining it? So we got a fireplace, we got a little window here. There's a brush and maybe a poker. Get brush. The brush's bristles are covered in soot. It would be dirty to carry it about. Look in fireplace. Look, fireplace. Fireplace's legs and header are carved with the simple linear flourishes. You imagine it provides invaluable heat during the long winter months. There's some powdery soot accumulating in the fireplace. Alright, is it time to get some more soot? You have enough soot. Alright, so there's multiple locations to get soot in this game. Got it. Although the moose head looks pretty impressive on the wall, you can't help but feel a twinge of sympathy for the animal. Okay. Open cupboard. Cabinet. Well, that's kind of what a mineralogist is, right? Like it's just very fine powdery rocks. The glass pane cabinet is full of curios and memorabilia, old tarnished trophies, and an assortment of glass and ceramic vases. All right. This is Evan Richards' writing desk. The sturdy mahogany surface sits on double pedestals, each of which boasts a drawer and cupboard. Top of the desk is a blotter, a brass lamp with a green glass shade, a clock, and a pen stand set. Can we take a pen? But the pens look so lovely as a set, it would be a shame to separate them. Take both pens. You think you're clever, eh? Well, you can't have the pen. All right. You got me there. Let's see. Hey, young kitty over in YouTube. Yep, the first part is pretty good. All right. Open. Desk is locked. Open drawer. Still locked. Okay. All right. That's probably all there is here then. Okay, so there is... To the right is the kitchen. Below that is dining room. Below that is the bar. I think I want to go to the dining room first, because that's probably where a person might be. And there isn't. Okay. Dining room is an impressive sight. A massive Persian rug covers the floor, on top of which stands an elegant dining table and matching chairs. There's a buffet and a display cabinet set against the north wall, and a pair of elaborate oriental jardinières are in opposite corners. I don't know what those are. A door to the west leads to the main floor hallway. You could see the kitchen through a doorway in the north wall, and the bar through the doorway in the south wall. All right. Jardinières must be these tree things. Look at plant. Plants have been trimmed to stunning examples of verdant symmetry. Okay. The elegant crystal decanter has a round stopper and is filled with the finest Canadian whiskey aged for 12 years in oak barrels. Hey, money. You go, huh? But you're certainly no expert. I've been heavily considering getting a Mercedes SLK 350 2005. That's within my budget, but I keep hearing nothing but nightmares about like there's a flywheel on the front of the engine that will just randomly explode and will cost a whole bunch. Hey, boys. Whoa there, I'm busy cooking up dinner. Get out from under my feet. Bro, I'm nowhere near your feet. Talk to man. Hello, Jack. How you doing? Do you need a hand? Nah, I got everything under control here. You go on, talk with the other folks. Game is autosaved. All right. I'm about done cooking up dinner. Why don't you head into the dining room and have a seat? Well, all right. I have a feeling if you didn't talk to everybody else in the place, this would probably be the point where he would tell you to go talk to everyone else, but I think I did, so now we're in the dinner event, I guess. Okay, and then we get a tone that plays. I guess that's like the next chapter tone or something. My goodness, what a lot of company we have tonight. This is giving me indigestion. Look at this animation. Alright. This food is giving me indigestion. You're welcome to leave. In fact, please do. Ah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? I'm not going anywhere until we find out if that diamond came from this land. And if it did, then you better believe I'm getting my share. That's what you think. Yes, that's what we think. That's what I'm here to ensure. Hey, you, how long is that going to take? I'll begin my field work tomorrow morning. Crimson used to be a garnet mining town, yes? Yeah, but forget about visiting the mines. They blasted the mine entrances shut years ago, and when they closed it down, unless the fish had a pickaxe, broke into the mine, swallowed a diamond, then dove back into the river. Who dies here? If this is anything like the first Lower Bow game, then nearly everybody. But if I had to like put a number on it, at least 2 people in the dining room probably dead by the end of this game. Yes, I see. I have a feeling this guy is probably going to be dead in this chapter. Like he's gonna go out on his little expedition and is just dead in the river. I've never even been there. Couldn't tell you where it is. Mr. Richards gets a sour look on his face and digs back into his meal. He looks like he is done with this conversation. Wasn't he saying the food was giving him indigestion? Come on now. Margot, what a lovely necklace you're wearing. Thank you, Mademoiselle. Monsieur Richards, you gave it to me. I am very fond of it. A cheap trinket, misshapen paste gem, in a cheap setting. It's a white garnet, not glass. My Evan, he found it here in Crimson. Didn't you, mon cher? Never mind, Margot. No one wants to hear about that. My sapphire brooch. Now this is a real piece of jewelry. Bought it myself. Well, I think they're both quite nice. Nathan, I read in the newspaper that most of the land up here was once parceled out to settlers. Is that how this plot became property of Richard's father? About 50 years ago, this land was annexed by the government. Various treaties were signed in exchange for preservation of our hunting and fishing rights and financial compensation. The promises described in those treaties were not honored, by the way. Settlers came, mines were dug, and Crimson was prosperous for a time. But eventually the mines were exhausted, most settlers abandoned their homesteads, and Crimson became a ghost town. Only Mr. Richards and his family remained. So this is no longer a town, it's just a ranch now, I guess. Yeah, we like the peace and quiet. We liked it, I always hated it here. I'm sure Miss Peace and Quiet. Nessa and Corvus are the first to excuse themselves from the table. They head to the bar for a nightcap. Albert follows them for a snifter of brandy and one of his cigars. Jack clears away the dishes and goes to the kitchen to wash up. After eating a minuscule portion of supper, Margot heads upstairs to draw a bath. Kimi heads upstairs to get ready for bed. Nathan and Evan remain at the table, lingering over their desserts. The candles have burned down a fair bit over the course of the evening, leaving small puddles of wax solidifying on the tablecloth. Well, that was a lovely meal. Yeah, Jack does a good job. Usually I wait for Jack to come clear the dishes so as I can put off getting up. Looks like he's taken longer than usual to clear up with all the extra guests. I feel a little responsible for Jack's extra workload. Maybe I ought to give him a hand. He'd appreciate that. About time someone made themselves useful around here. Alright, I guess I will. You stand up. Get plates. Knowing Jack will appreciate the help, you begin clearing the dishes away. Okay, so based off of that deluge of text boxes it gave me, people are in the bar. 2 are upstairs, I think. Kimi is back in her room. Jack is in the kitchen. I can get the hint. Jack doesn't want to be up late cleaning up. Fine, we're done here. Okay, and then he took off. Thank you, Miss Maple. He took off too. Okay. You deal with the dirty dishes. Well done. Alright. I don't know if that was even something you had to do. Let's go check in. Talk to Jack. Hello, Jack. Miss, I'm busy with the dishes. I can't talk right now. Alright, it takes all of his brain power to wash the dishes. Okay. Can't talk and wash dishes at the same time. I might cut myself. I hear voices near this door. I wonder what they're talking about. Listen. Oh, she's doing the creeper pose. This brandy is not bad, surprisingly. I'd better watch how much I drink. I might say something I shouldn't. It isn't the worst brandy I've ever drunk. My wife Gabrielle is teetotal. No fun at all. Ha! Sounds like a barrel of laughs. He said she's a teacher? Yeah, she loves the little tots. I loathe children myself. I was basically Evan's mother while we were growing up. I've hated kids ever since. He was such a chubby little whiner. He loved Crimson. And again, he didn't know any better. Whereas I remembered our real home back in England. Crimson couldn't compare. Have you any children, Albert? Certainly not. So, do you think there are really diamonds here? Because if there are, I'm gonna get my fair share, no matter what. How soon will you know? I cannot say, madam. Tomorrow morning I will begin my field work. My superiors wish me to be thorough. I may be here a while. Well, I hope you know sooner rather than later. I've never liked this place, and now I have to watch that harlot fawn all over Evan. It sickens me, watching him get so easily manipulated by her. Then again, he's never been very bright. Good night, madam, Mr. Shaw. Alright. Alright, sit at the bar with him. No. Sit on stool. You never cared much for sitting on tall stools. Okay, they always feel a little precarious. Or Julia didn't want to make the animation and sprite for sitting on the stool. It's okay. It's okay. Good evening, Mrs. Crab. I'm trying to enjoy my drink, Miss Maple. And I'm having a conversation with Mr. Shaw. Leave us be. Ask about Will. I'm the elder child by rights. This place should belong to me. I'll find our father's will. Okay, she's already said that. None of your business. Ask about diamonds. Diamonds are lovely gems, highly desirable, especially in Europe. A diamond mine would be a major boon. Diamonds have no inherent worth, but are priced as the market demands, and there's high demand among the wealthy. Ask about garnets. Garnets brought our family to these parts, but the garnet veins weren't nearly as rich as everyone thought. And the garnets weren't even the valuable gem type, just tons of gritty red sand used for sandpaper and who knows what else. The mining work left, but our family didn't. There are plenty of tiny garnets scattered all over, but not enough to be really worth anything. Okay. This is a cozy bar decorated in warm hues of crimson and coral. A trio of stools are stationed in front of an elaborately curved bar. There's an oversized armchair and a striped love seat. The door in the west wall leads to the main floor hallway, and you can see the dining room through a hallway in the north wall. Nessa is here. Corvus is here. Okay, so I think with that, I think we've been in every single room now. We've not gone outside yet, which it looks like. I don't know if the game will let me. My goodness, it's dark as anything out there. I have no need to go out this way right now. Alright, so I'm assuming it's going to be like that for everything else. Okay. Bar, closet. So study and billiards might have people in it. There. Nobody here. The door to the study is closed. What we got? You hear muffled voices coming from the study door. They're gonna listen at door. Look through keyhole. I don't want to knock on the door or try to open it. Eavesdrop? Open door and then listen. Voices. They stop talking. They notice the door is open. Okay. It's getting late, Nat. Perhaps we'll talk another time. You have a nice night. Indeed. Good night, Evan. It feels like I maybe messed something up here. Like maybe I could have gone outside and listened at the window or listened at this door, but I tried. I tried the listen, look through keyhole. Lovely lodge, Mr. Richards, especially this room. My pa did all this, had nothing to do with me. Glad you like it, though. Kitchen. Mudroom. So I don't know where the other guy went. He might be in the bar now. No. No. I really wish this game had more music that played. It's a little bare bones in that department. Nothing here. This is the bathroom where you can die. Nothing there. Okay, nothing there. This is the mineralogist guy. The door is locked. You knock lightly on Albert's door. Leave me alone, whoever it is. I am busy. He said that last time, but he still opened the door. But whatever. He must be actually busy this time. Okay, nothing new in there. So this is the room where Margot was in. Ooh, hello. Big walk-in closet. All right. Don't mind me. Margot is Evan Richards' paramour. She's more glamorous than you'd expect to see in these parts. Margot has shining flaxen hair, fair skin, and full lips. She's fashionably attired in a pink damask and ivory lace dress. She seems sweet, but you've met charmers like her before. Margot is soaking in her bath. Talk to Margot. Hello, Margot. How's the bath? Bonsoir, mademoiselle. The water is very soothing on my joints. Perhaps the change in weather is causing me some aches. I know that feel. Ask about diamonds. Diamonds are the finest jewels fit for royalty. Ask about hat. Oh, Mademoiselle Maple, I wish I knew. She doesn't know anything about hats. She has like 6 of them, but doesn't know anything about them. Alright, can we turn on faucet? Yes. Alright. Girl, I'm gonna overflow that tub. Turn on cold water faucet. No, dang it. Let's see. Drain bathtub. No. Open tub. Get in tub. Margot seems like a gracious hostess, but that's going a bit far. All right, hold on. The bath tap is already on. Turn on sink faucet. Open sink faucet. Huh. This lets me do this before, but alright. We're gonna flood this second floor bathtub. Hopefully it's not a game over. Alright, so here's Kimi. I don't... The side profile on her face looks a little strange, but okay. Kimi is reading a bird book in bed. Of course she is. You don't see anything noteworthy. Ask about bird book. I'm sorry, Nancy. I don't know anything about that. Ask about book. I always pack lots of different books on birds. They're heavy, but I can't help myself. Get book. Mine now. You don't need any bird books. Besides, they look heavy. Talk to Kimi. Hi, Kimi. Sorry, Nancy. I'm engrossed in this book about double-crested cormorants. Ask about cormorants. I heard there were nesting cormorants in this region. Nowadays, they're rare. Fishermen kill them because they think the birds eat up all the fish, but it's not true. Poor things. Alright. Cool story, Kimi. I can't really think of anything else to do at this point, so... Alright. You aren't tired right now. Sleep. I'm gonna go through your luggage, Kimi. Even though it's all bird books. Please don't touch my things. Alright. Oh, that's right. Maple's luggage got lost. It got stolen from the train or something, so she's got literally nothing. That's all that. Maybe there's something out on the balcony? That's all that. This is the window to the... That's the bathroom! You see into the spare room. Alright. True. It's a crushed up rock. Of course he'd love it. So this leads me to believe that I need to overhear another conversation. It's dark out, we can't do anything there, so there's probably another conversation that I missed out on. Dark out, so I can't go out through there. Well, I know I can look in the notebook to see what the game wants me to do. I'd like to suss out on my own. Yeah, we're just stealing everything and taking it with us. So still can't go out there either. Help with dishes. You help Jack wash the dishes. Alright. Thanks, miss. Lots more dishes than usual. Happy to help. Now I gotta go see to Mrs. Krabby and Mr. Shaw in the bar. Make sure they don't drink us dry. And of course, I need to get Mr. Richards' hot toddy. He likes a soothing drink before bed. And I don't want to keep Margot waiting. Forget about that last one, won't you? Oh. Okay, so this game is auto-saved. Okay. Your voices, what are they talking about? Alright. We found the plot. Father's will has to be around here somewhere. Things would be so much easier if we could just find it. If the will can't be found, we might have to proceed as planned, take our chances. That little gold-digging hussy complicates things. Speaking of that, I found out something interesting recently. It could help us deal with her, but we'll talk about that another time. Good night, Mr. Shaw. Good night, madam. Okay. So yeah, this, for better or worse, this game is playing out a lot like the first Lower Bow game, where you just kind of had to go and be in specific rooms and overhear specific conversations in order to advance the plot. And it, like, the game seems non-linear, but is a lot more linear than it appears, which is fine. But it is so far structured a lot like Lorbo, where it's a lot of meandering. And it appears most of the plot advancement is just from eavesdropping. Though there is stuff you could do between the eavesdropping. Okay. I can't remember if this is the guy that needs the hot toddy. Albert, okay, it's not. This? Very large bedroom, love seat. Nessa. Nessa Crab is Evan Richards' older sister, stern, matronly woman with a look of perpetual displeasure etched into her face. Back in the city, you've seen plenty of women just like her, well-to-do and disapproving. Gently snoring and fast asleep. I know, right? This lady just straight up not locking her door. Same for the lawyer guy here. I know, right? Horrible. I hear voices near the doorway. I wonder what they're talking about. Hear muffled voices in the boudoir, but the speakers are too far from the door to hear them clearly. Perhaps you could listen at the door with an item that would help. If I can't figure out what to use, maybe someone else would know. Something like a stethoscope. An item, huh? So like a doctor or something? A listening horn? A cup? Maybe a cup. A cup might do it. She's done with her bird book. So there was a place with a cup. Okay, we're gonna... And leave the pencils in disarray never. Pitcher or glass? I'm sure there are plenty of drinking glasses elsewhere. Maybe I should try the kitchen. Okay. So the kitchen, we're going to get a drinking glass, and that should let us eavesdrop more clearly. Open cabinet. Bottom cupboard, top one. Get glass. Don't see any drinking glasses right now. Okay. What about... Open the cupboard. Drawers are full of random bits and bobs no one usually finds in drawers. Looking cabinet. Saucepan. Huge heavy pots and pans in the bottom. Glass pane cupboard contains a couple of decorative plates, a blue mug, and some plainer mugs. Get mug. You take the blue mug. Well done. Okay, so we got a mug, but that's not a cup necessarily. Open the cupboard. Stock cupboard, plates inside, under the sink as the pipe that drains the sink. Take pipe. You're a mineralogist, not a plumber. Okay. I don't know where the glasses would be here. This looks like a fridge. Ice block is rock solid and frosty. That probably going to be used for something. Okay, so maybe the... Okay, get glass. The way these glasses are made, they aren't useful for much more than drinking, and isn't that enough? Maybe I can find more versatile drinking glasses in the kitchen. I want to open the cupboard that's right here. Okay, yeah, these. There we go. All right. We found them. I'm pretty sure I stood very near to here and used open cupboard before, and it only opened the ones to the right. So, all right. Get glass. Okay. Yep. All right, we're gonna hide the evidence here. Okay. So if I had that cup before, I probably could have eavesdropped on the conversation in the study. Use cup on door. Listen with cup, with glass. With the help of the drinking glass, you can hear a conversation behind the boudoir door. Let's have a look. Oh, Monsieur, you are wonderfully helpful. I cannot thank you enough. I do what I can. Mon Dieu. Sorry about that. But you know, we gotta go slow. The pamphlet says so, right? It does. More's the pity, but I think it's working. You hear some muffled cries. Shh. You gotta keep it down, especially tonight with so many ears around. You're right, of course. This must remain our little secret. Voices go silent for a little while. Alright, I think we're done here. I gotta skedaddle before Mr. Richards finishes his drink and comes to bed. Of course. Merci, Jack. Your days and nights are so very long. You got that right, and I'm not done yet. Having all these folks in the lodge, I gotta work that much harder. I'm sure they'll be gone soon. Everything will be back to normal. I hope so. Bonne nuit, Jack. Good night. You hear footsteps coming towards the door. Thinking quickly, you duck behind the big blue chest. Very inconspicuous. Well done. After waiting a few minutes, Margot leaves her boudoir and heads downstairs. You manage to sneak across the hall to your bedroom. What a long and intriguing night this has been. Outstanding. Fantastic detective work, Nancy. You're a natural. Alright. That's me. Ooh, I'm exhausted. What an interesting place this is. It's too bad Kimi and I have to leave on the train tomorrow. I'm sure they will. Later that night. Chapter 2. Excursions. Okay, Nancy, I'm all ready. Let's go. I wish we could stay here longer. It's such an interesting old place and such intriguing folks. I know what you mean. I can see that you need a minute. I'll meet you at the front door. Thanks, Kimi. What a peculiar place. Gamer's auto-saved. Alright. Chapter 2, start. Okay, I think that's a great place to call it for this evening. Interesting. So I managed to not die that time. We solved some actual puzzles. Let's see if we got any achievements here. I did. Chapter 1 complete. That 49.8% of players have. according to the Steam thing that you can't see because it's on the left of the screen. Interesting. Yeah, so far this has been extremely lower bow. Hopefully in chapter 2 here during the daytime, they actually let you explore outside of the place. Lower Bow 1 took place entirely in one area during the course of one night, and it did let you explore outside. But the downside to that was it gave you a whole lot more places to look even at the beginning of the game. So there's like, I don't know, 50 screens, and something could happen on any of those 50 screens. So I kind of appreciate that for at least the first bit of the game here, it's restricted to just the area in the vicinity of this lodge, and doesn't go too crazy with letting the player get overwhelmed by too much stuff to do in the beginning of the game, because I feel like that was a big problem with Lower Bow 1. Lower Bow 2 had the opposite problem. There was like 6 screens in the first few hours of the game, and you're just listening to characters talk over and over again for like 5 hours at the beginning of the game. So I think this strikes a good balance so far of all that. But interesting to see where it picks up from here. That'll do it for tonight, though. My back is killing me. Thank you for watching, as always, and I'll see you next time for more Crimson Diamond.